Frankie, you are a mess today.
Dude, you have no idea.
Dude, you got to get it together.
I'm trying here.
Come on, man. We're about to do the show. We ready to rock and roll, brother?
I hope so.
Man, it's been too long since I've seen you, man. Way too long. You know the last episode that we did? It was like before Halloween.
No.
Yeah, bro. Because I was going to come here in my Halloween outfit.
That's right.
I was going to come here in my Halloween outfit, and I was going to do like a Halloween special and go crazy. But then you got Ebola, and so then we couldn't do it.
Okay, so the Ebola.
Man, where do we start from? All right, there's so much.
All right, so you don't know a lot that's happened.
No, I don't. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to know, I just walked into Frankie's house. He did the sound check. He already had the mics up. He says, we're going live. We'll catch up on the show.
You're not going to believe this.
Oh, my God. Where do you want to start? I'm going to let you take the reins here.
So, right before Halloween.
Okay.
I wasn't feeling well, like
okay.
physically.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was like, oh, it's a cold. It's the flu, whatever. A cold. Allergies. Mm-hmm. So, I got really sick.
Okay.
Like, I was home 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:30. I'm sleeping.
Oh, shoot.
Like, I'm like out. Got better. Then I had a couple of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had to go to an event, which, by the way, Simon was the photographer at this event.
Simon K Media.
Let me tell you something.
Uh-huh.
We're friends with Simon.
Yeah, that's our guy. I know we're mad biased, but he's legendary behind the
and he did my family photos, right?
Nice. And I saw some of those photos, which, by the way, absolutely beautiful. Amazing job, Simon. He's the man.
Incredible.
Just absolutely the man.
But we're at this event, and I'm looking at him. First of all, Simon is a tall dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, 5'11", maybe?
Yeah, no, he's taller than me. He's like 6 foot.
He's like
over
6 foot?
Yeah.
Always wears his black outfit.
Yep.
Photographer.
Yeah. He's a ninja with a lens.
Wow. People were looking at him like those cameras were weapons because he looked like he was part of like
the mob, like
security. Like security. How's a security guard turning around taking pictures?
Yeah.
So every time I turn around and I look at him, he's standing there and it looked like he had a piece on him.
He's so he got the holsters too.
Yeah,
he got the holsters with all the batteries.
So I'm watching him, right?
Like John Wick.
So I'm watching him, right? So I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh, he's gonna grab the other camera. And he's like, hold on. But he's like very firm. Don't move. Hold on.
Yeah.
And he goes to grab the other camera. It looked like he was about to grab a piece.
He was like, yo, I'm about to turn this whole place out. Everybody hit the DECK.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. The guy's eye is phenomenal. I seen some of the pictures.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, those pictures came out gorgeous, man.
Yeah. So credit to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all better book Simon while you can, because if I get rich or if I hit the lottery or some form of money comes my way, he's gonna be my private photographer, and he's not gonna be doing any more one-offs. So y'all better start booking business with him.
Yeah, definitely.
That guy's the man.
Hey, your wife's in the room.
Hey, what up, boo-boo?
Can we get a sound check? Do we sound good or no? Can you give us a yes or no?
Yeah, she'll click in there and tell it whether or not we sound like trash or not.
Yeah. So we went to the event. Great time.
Yeah.
Food was good. The DJ they had.
Ooh, turned up.
Dude, the guy was like class act, man.
Nice.
The playlist they gave him, the way he responded to the crowd, that floor was non-stop.
Nice.
Like, people were getting mad because he was playing like great music during dinner time.
I know, yo, you can't be playing this while we eat. And I hate when DJs do that, though. I hate it because it's like, yo, save that in your bag, man. I'm trying to get out there.
But the thing,
I know.
The thing is that it didn't belong in the bag.
Nah, he had more in there.
That bag was like Santa Claus. I'm telling you.
He just had mad ammunition.
He had mad gifts for everybody.
Nice.
He killed it. I mean, like, kudos to the DJ. His name is Alex.
Shout out to Alex, yeah.
Really?
I thought you didn't get the veteran squad to get in there?
No. It's not my event.
Yeah, true.
So, but if it would have been my type of event, it would have been slightly different.
Yeah.
But food was good, music was good.
Nice.
Simon, the photographer, the way people were dressed. Oh my God, it was elegant.
Nice, classy evening.
No complaints whatsoever, man.
That's dope.
But quick shout out to Simon for again. He is one of our friends, but he's probably one of the best photographers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
He's out there, man.
He's out
Y'all
there,
better
and
look
he's
him
doing
up.
his thing. So, so that was part of the stuff that we ended up doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I started feeling sick again.
Uh-oh. Because he was around all these people in the closed room.
So I'm like, what the hell's going
Turning
on?
up, people breathing all over you, hugging you.
So I'm like, are you gotta be kidding me? So, long story, I start feeling sick again.
Oh,
Bad.
man.
So I'm playing here music, and I hear a pop in my ear.
Oh, no.
Now I lost my hearing in my left ear.
Jesus, it's completely clogged.
And I'm like completely clogged. Like today, I'm actually asked you, can you just do a little sample so you can be sure everything's working? Completely clogged. Okay, your wife said we're good here. So, okay, good.
Nice.
So that's going on. Then I just keep getting worse.
Oh, man. The symptoms get like fever, like chills?
No
What's up?
fever, but like the entire body just gives up.
Shutting down.
To the point
Oh, boy.
that last week, I didn't go to one doctor. I didn't go to two. I went to three.
You went to 3 different doctors?
3 different doctors because I didn't know what was going on. Long story short is I ended up with allergies that affected my hearing, supposedly, that affected the one. Good answer. I liked it.
Yeah.
I believed it. Right.
That was the consensus across
Right.
the 3 doctors, is
Right.
that this is an allergy mutated.
Yeah, but my last doctor turns around and says to me, well, I got to tell you something.
Oh, shoot.
You might have long-term COVID.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, because I'm like the shortness of breath, and like now, like I'm fatigued and all this and all that. So now, all these weeks that I couldn't even get up to do the show
Yeah.
could have been all because of that.
Wow.
So even today, like to get set up this whole thing, I
You're
got up at 5.
Yeah. Gas.
I'm like drained,
Dang.
but I was like, we got to get this show in.
Wow.
So, I'm still hoarse a little.
Yeah.
I can hardly hear. I can barely play music.
Lord have mercy. Look at this. Look at the commitment he has for his peoples, for
But-
the idiots.
But we got to do it. I mean, it's been so long.
My God, Frankie.
So yeah, so I didn't tell you because I was like, listen, man, I'm just not feeling well. I mean, like,
Yeah.
how do you explain this?
Yeah, I know. Bouncing around. But I could tell in your voice. I was like, oh, he's definitely out of it. And I know you had a busy weekend with the event, and you had a lot of stuff going on. You was doing a lot of running around. And honestly, you probably just wore yourself down, man. You was bouncing around to like 3 consecutive weeks because you obviously had the prep for the event that you was going to. And then the event happened, and then the post-event, like you had Halloween coming up right after. So
And then in the midst of all that, my daughter's turned 16.
nice. And God bless your beautiful girls.
My wife had a birthday.
Nice. And your anniversary.
My anniversary.
Bang, bang. Like, dude, you've had a lot going on, man. 29 years?
29 years.
Amazing. Amazing, man. I said, and I told Frankie, I said, because Frankie's always like, you got to go with the one that says yes. I said, well, she said yes and yes and yes.
Yeah, I mean, like listen, here's the bottom line. And
Yeah.
we all know this.
Yeah,
No ifs, ands, or buts. Men only get married because the woman said yes.
absolutely.
And if you think that a man, has control over what a woman's going to say,
Oh, man.
you'll be divorced quicker than you get married.
Man, I'm gonna have a big topic around men and women later today, but so funny. So did you do anything for Halloween? Did you did the girls do anything, or it's all played out now?
What did I do?
Yeah,
No, I think we stayed home.
you just kicked it home.
Yeah, I think the kids just went for a walk and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
You know, they're at that. They're 16 now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not them.
No, same.
I mean, last year they wanted to run around with a pillow sheet, a pillow cover
yeah,
to get candy because
Yeah.
that was a thing for 15-year-olds.
yeah,
This year's like, ugh, we don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh,
yeah. Nah.
whatever.
My daughter's the same way. Like, she's at a point where now she doesn't want to trick or treat. She feels awkward going there because she's like, I know I'm a big kid. Even though she dresses up, she says, I'm just not into it. But I had a good time.
Yo, you were dressed,
I was trying to bring that outfit into here. I thought it was going to be a great time. I was Jimi Hendrix.
but I found the
Oh.
flaw in your outfit.
What was that? Well, look, that
There was
outfit.
one flaw.
What was the floor? The hair was too big, right?
No.
That went too crazy.
Jimi Hendrix was a lefty.
I had a lefty guitar. You didn't even see that? The guitar was lefty.
That was a lefty guitar.
That was a lefty guitar. That's how to the T I was.
Shut
bro.
up! I gotta take another look at that picture.
Why?
Oh, it was mirrored, probably.
Mirrored, yeah.
Ah, that's it. You should flip those pictures.
Yeah, dang.
Because I was like, but why is he doing a righty guitar?
Because my boy, his daughter's lefty, and at work, and so at my job we had a big event. Thankfully, the CEO and all the senior leadership team, they're very big into Halloween, and they wanted every group to have a different theme and make it a fun event. And I think it's a great time where everybody gets to lay their hair down and just be fun for a while. Like, let's put the corporate stuff aside. And first, we had a town hall that morning because we have a new senior leader who's coming in there who introduced herself, and even she got in on it. She dressed up as the evil witch, and her secretary dressed it up as the good witch, Gilda from Wizard of Oz. So they were doing Wizard of Oz, the good and the bad witch, and there was some great themes for a lot of people. But my team, we decided to go with a rock star theme. So each one of us was a different rock star from a different era. So we had Freddie Mercury, Jimi Hendrix, we had Madonna, we had grunge rocker, we had Janis Joplin. Like,
listen,
we went crazy.
Listen, I know that you enjoy Halloween.
It's just fun. It's fun.
When your family, you guys all dressed up like the Incredibles.
Yes,
that was awesome. I mean, like all I remember is seeing you walking down the street. I'm like, there's no way that's Rashawn. And sure enough,
we did it all. But now my kids are grown. They got their own personalities. They want to do their own independent thing. It's sad to see it kind of come to an end, but I'm happy. But you know what's really wild, Frankie? You know how I know we're getting old? Well, at least I know I'm getting old. I'm noticing now that kids are dressing up how I used to dress in my high school years. People are wearing 90s clothes.
It made a big comeback.
It made a huge comeback. So now I'm sitting here, I'm like, dang, I done hit that stage in my life where the young people dress like me for Halloween.
Dude, you want to laugh? I was at the store and I saw at the Foot Locker, was it? It was one of the stores.
Yeah.
They have fat laces.
No way.
And I'm like, they're gonna.
Are you serious?
Back the Adidas with fat laces.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I was like, yo, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. That's cool. That's Run DMC era.
Yeah, but they're also going with the bigger clothes now, and I'm like, I'm okay with it.
I like it. I like the oversized clothes. My daughter loves the oversized sweaters and stuff. But yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird. I'm watching it happen, and I'm like, am I now that person? Like, because my grandmother, I'll never forget, she had a pair of capri pants, and when she was growing up, they called them pedal pushers.
That's right, pedal pushers.
And she says, you know what? I wore these daggone things so long, they came back in style. So now I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wear my clothes long enough. It's going to come back in style, be back in fashion.
But, well, there are people that I know that have original FUBU.
Oh, my, no way.
Like,
they still sell it at like TJ Maxx or Marshalls. You could catch a FUBU.
Yeah, no, but original, like the velour suits.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody wearing it, and we were like, yo, 1994 wants that stuff back.
I'm telling you, man.
But it's back. It's back. The Kango hats are back. The glasses are back.
The big glasses.
The only thing that's bugs me out a little bit is the man bag.
The man bag. The Merce.
The Merce.
I'm not adopting it yet, but I can see it. I hated it when it first came out, and now I'm not warming up to it, but I'm starting to understand it. I still don't think guys should have Merces, but
a guy like me, I mean, like I put that here, it's gonna look like I have a little pouch.
Yeah, it's
gonna look like a kangaroo.
Well, it's just a satchel instead of a fanny pack. And you used to wear fanny packs.
I never wore a fanny pack. But the satchel, the saddle bags.
Yeah,
I used to rock those. Remember where was it
what is it?
Kadeem Hardison?
Yeah, Kadeem Hardison from Different World.
Different World. He used to rock.
Had that, yo.
Yo, when he had that, I was like, yo.
He also had the glasses that used to flip up.
Those are making a comeback.
They're coming back. I see kids rocking them now.
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy. Man, look, we're back. We got a lot to cover, bro. I have no idea how long this podcast is going to be. Me and you had no pre-production before we got started.
Well, pre-production for us is, are we doing this today?
Yeah, we did. Is this happening? But we got a few people in the room. We got a few eyes on the screen. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to Maria. What up? And, I think we should go ahead and get it cracking and get the music going. What do you think?
Before we do.
Okay.
So I just want to touch on a couple of things that happened, like for my kids.
Yeah.
So one of my daughters joined ROTC.
Oh, nice.
So at the high school, this and all that. So yesterday, she's I think they're in the drill competition.
Yeah.
So they gave her she's like the person that shouts out the commands for them to do.
Nice.
So congratulations to her her flight, I guess that's what they're called. They got third place for new cadet basics. So like the fundamentals.
Yeah, yeah.
And she was the lead.
Nice.
So they got a trophy for it. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations to the
just the confidence to step out there and do that is big, man.
And I want to congratulate my daughter for getting up. My other daughter for getting up at 3:00 in the morning to get her hair done. Because
dedication.
It has to look like military.
Oh wow.
She's like in full uniform and everything. Pretty cool stuff, man. So congratulations to both my kids for what they did.
Nice.
We're proud of you guys, and both high honor roll students. I mean, like, listen, I'm a dad.
I know. God bless, man. They're doing great, man. I'm happy for them, and
that means the world to me.
You raised some sweet, beautiful girls that are just. They've always been intelligent. I remember when they were like 5 years old, and we were hanging out, and you was showing them different logos of different stores and restaurants.
5? They were like 3.
They were like, that's Apple, that's McDonald's, Home Depot, and they knew every logo just by the logo what it was. And I was like, wow, okay, these kids are Frankie's brainchild.
Yeah, it was around that age that we found out they also knew how to tell time.
Yeah,
we were like, what time is it? Joking around, they're like 5:30. Like what? Yeah, so we're really proud of them. Yeah. So I'm happy for them, and I guess we need to get this going.
All right, man, let's go ahead and get it started. We got the people filling up. We got the people coming into the room. We got the eyes on us. Boy, the idiots are back. We're coming at you guys again. We have no idea how this show is going to go today, but we know we're going to have a good time. Good to be back. Good to be here. And hopefully Frankie don't hack all over me. But we'll see how it goes today. Frankie, DJ Fire, let's get it cracking. Okay.
We heard what the people wanted more. Well, all for one and one for all. Welcome to season 4.
You're now rocking with the best.
In the Cloud Radio proudly presents Life Lessons with Idiots.
Let's go.
Come for the music and comedy, but stay a little longer for the lessons. They're not the smartest in the room.
10 million, you might have some stipulations, right?
Yeah, well, 10 million.
You might be like, all right, so how long is the kiss?
I might have to like hold his back, his lower back. What?
Why are you holding him?
Because I want to be sure the money's in that pocket.
He's not holding 10 million in his butt.
But they're definitely not the dumbest. Now, let's get into it.
Hey, welcome to Life Lessons with Idiots. We're your boys, Frankie and Rashawn, coming back to you one more again. We bike. The boys are back. Today is November 19th, 2023. We are here once again, and we have missed some holidays, and we're missing our fellow idiots that are filling up in the room. If you would like to be a part of the live chat, please make sure you go to www.mixcloud.com in the Cloud Radio, so you can participate with the other fellow idiots in the room and be a part of this live broadcast. So you could join in on the chat, sharing your tidbits of information, and just participate in the conversation. We would love to have you on here. We got the visuals up, so if you want to tune in on YouTube, you can look us up on YouTube, and you can see the visuals, our glorious faces. I'm looking glorious.
You're looking too glorious.
The melanin is popping.
So we're trying to, not to cut you off, but
you're doing it.
But I'm gonna do it. So we're sitting here, we're trying to adjust the lighting really quick because I really want to get on the air real quick. So the only way we can get the lighting correct here is when we both sit down.
Yeah.
So here I am. I'm gonna go sit down, and Rashawn looks fine. It's like all light, right? So I sit down, and all of a sudden his side turns like completely dark.
I said I went from Drake to Wesley Snipes. What happened?
He went from high yellow to purple, and I was like, no,
fix these lights. Like you got me looking crazy. I said I'm gonna have to just keep smiling the whole time. I'm gonna just see eyes and teeth.
Oh my God! All right, continue.
But thank you. Yes,
as you were.
All of our new listeners, welcome to the show. Please, by all means, if you haven't already, look us up on Spotify as well as on all your favorite streaming podcast channels, Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts, and give us a follow so you can stay up to date on all the newest and greatest episodes when we release them. We're working on our consistency, but we are consistently not consistent.
It's a consistent.
It is consistent. We hope to get better, but by all means, please make sure you follow us on those streaming platforms so that you can stay up to date whenever we drop one of our newest episodes. Also, please make sure you follow us on Instagram as well as on Facebook, so you can give a follow and be notified that way if that's your preferred channel. So with all that being said, we are back. We missed one full holiday, as you heard earlier today. We have not seen each other since before Halloween, but we're back. Frankie's been fighting all kinds of allergens.
Yeah, the struggle's been real, man. And let me tell you,
fighting to breathe.
I really am. To the point that I was even almost thinking about having soup.
Oh man! Oh my God!
Yeah,
you're gonna have soup?
Yeah, almost.
Oh, a broth, no. A good broth.
Yeah, almost.
I want to give a special shout out to my people at K&W Dental, my dentist's office. I did mention that we were on a podcast, and I know a few of the people there. They have been going through the episodes starting from the very beginning, and they have joined our club of bingers assemble. So all the people who go back into the archives and go through all the episodes to get caught up, I appreciate you guys, because it brings more clarity to the inside jokes we have here.
It's awesome. It's good. They actually get to listen to the whole transition.
Yeah.
From that very first
episode. Those early episodes were rough.
Man, they were rough, man.
Rough.
I was listening to the first one, that pilot. Damn, that was bad.
Oh man, thank you if you hung in there since the pilot and you're still a listener, you are a special place in my heart.
Yeah, Mimi. Hey, Mimi, you're back.
Mimi's in the building. What's up, Mimi? Good to see all my fellow idiots filling up in the room. Great to see all your faces once again. All right, man, let's go ahead and get started, man. Let's get it cracking. You want to start? Because I know you have a lot that you wanted to cover. You have events, you had shows. I got to go to my Friendsgiving last night.
Oh, how'd that go?
Oh, when
Okay, so you said you want to start and you started. Okay,
yep,
you go ahead.
It was sort of like when you cut me off, but you didn't want me to. You want to cut off?
Oh, so it's your turn. Okay, go for it.
So yeah, I went to a Friendsgiving last night, and I like that Friendsgiving is becoming more and more popular. A lot of people are starting to have them, and it started off, I think, as a way for people who weren't able to see family, so they got together with friends and so forth. But this Friendsgiving, it's the same group of people. We usually rotate to different houses. This was at another friend's house who they just moved back into New Jersey. And again, beautiful home. But it was a little bit, they expanded the audience beyond our typical friend group. And
Great topic.
And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about. Like, do you think Friendsgiving should just be with a certain immediate group of people of friends? Or do you think that we should open it to all parties that you might not even know? What is your thoughts on that? I like that we're going in here.
One of my topics for today are Thanksgiving rules.
Oh, I haven't. Okay.
All right.
Going. I like this.
So I'm going to touch your topic.
Yes.
But I want to go through my Thanksgiving rules.
Thanksgiving rules. Okay. And this applies both friends and family?
Oh, this is across the board.
Okay. It's so funny. You still on my topics too, because I have one too. Go ahead.
First one. Rule one. Don't call people this week to find out if they can come over for Thanksgiving.
Ooh, yes.
That tells me
you weren't invited.
One, you don't want to cook.
Yeah.
You're trying to find a place to go. Or you don't want to be with the people that you usually spend your time with.
Oh.
So the answer is no.
Yeah. Especially the week of.
The week of?
When do you think the cutoff is? 2 weeks before?
Oh, Halloween.
Halloween.
Right after Halloween. If Mariah Carey cracks that thing and says Christmas is here, that's the day.
Yeah.
That's the day.
That's the day. Got it. Okay, that's rule number one.
That's one.
Okay.
Number two. If you're a guest, I'm making this clear. If you're a guest to somebody, do not call to bring a guest.
Ooh, got it. Yeah, don't add to the +1 to the +1.
You can't call me. You were invited.
Yes.
You and your wife or your kids or you and your significant other, whatever the circumstance may be, you were invited. Don't call, go, yo.
But my cousin need to come.
My cousin here.
He has nowhere to go.
Got nowhere to go. Can I bring him?
Because now you're in a tough position.
So I'm to be honest with you.
You're gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh.
Starting this year going forward.
Okay.
I've bent the rule for many years.
Yeah, same.
All right. So now.
Okay.
That's clear.
All right.
My next rule. If you're a guest.
Got it.
And you have kids. Control your kids.
Yes.
All right. Not for anything. I love everybody's kids.
Tell your kids to respect my home as if it was their home. Matter of fact, don't
respect
even treat
my home
as if it was
if it wasn't your home.
Yeah. Respect my home as if it was a museum. I had to backtrack.
I mean, there's one thing about kids being kids, and I'm totally fine with that. But when kids start breaking things,
yes,
no. Oh, hold on, fam, no.
You starting early.
I'm starting early. Control your kids.
Okay.
All right.
This ties into something I was going to ask you, but keep going. Finish your rules.
Don't come empty-handed.
I 1,000% agree. And I hate when people do that where they go, oh, don't worry. We got plenty of food. You don't have to bring anything. Let me bring something. Let me bring a beverage. Let me bring napkins. Let me bring ice. Something that I can contribute. No one likes to show up empty-handed.
No, I agree.
Yeah. I like that rule. You should always come and bring something to the table because you don't want to just come in as a moocher.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Nasty.
My bad.
Keep going.
So, bring something.
Okay.
Bring something. I don't care what it is. Especially like if I invited you and your family, right? Say for instance, I'm just gonna go with a small number. Let's say 4.
Yeah.
You come here empty-handed,
and you got to feed all 4.
I got to feed all 4 of them.
Yeah. It's just bad taste.
It's just not right. Just bring something.
Yeah. What else we got?
Hold on. These are good.
Oh my God.
Only the host.
Okay.
Can change the music and the TV.
Ooh, that could get dicey.
Listen.
That could get dicey.
No. I am not watching a Spanish novela or soccer. It's football. I don't care who you are.
Yep.
You do not come into my house and change the TV. It's football from the moment I wake up to the moment everybody leaves.
And whatever you're playing in the background.
It's what we choose to play.
I dig it.
Okay? I am not going to be listening to anything that you want. I'm not listening to pop music because it's not what we want. We have our theme for our dinners.
Got it.
You're not coming in here and say, oh, you need to hear this. Nobody wants to hear it.
Got you. These are fair rules.
These are fair rules.
These are very fair. So far, I don't have a grievance with any of these rules so far.
Bathroom.
Oof.
You don't need to advertise
that you go into the bathroom.
You're going to the bathroom. You don't need to tell us you're baking and you need to make a delivery. I don't care what it is.
You got to drop these UPS packages off.
I don't care what can Brown do for you.
What Brown do for you?
Keep it home. Keep it to your business. Nobody needs to know.
All right, don't announce that. I appreciate that.
Okay,
but I feel like them announcing it is them giving a warning to the rest of the room. Like, listen, I'm going into the Cave of Wonders. I don't know when I'll be back.
Dude, control yourself. If the house has 2 bathrooms, be discreet. Go to the one that's the furthest from everybody.
All right. What if you only have one bathroom that's shared for your guests and no private? Like, you can't use the bathroom that belongs to the host, whatever, because they have their own bathroom by there. So what if you have that one main bathroom and then people are waiting?
I'm happy you asked.
And hear you in there dropping beats like Timberland.
Okay, fine. Drop 3 beats and run. Dude, you can't sit in there like you're home. You can't be on there on TikTok.
What if they had cheesecake? You don't know what's going on in their stomach.
Get it out and get going.
Okay. Listen.
No.
Rashawn, some people need time.
No.
They need to marinate.
It's not your house.
I know, but they don't. What are they going to do? They can't control when their body's ready to
go to the gas station. Go to Wawa.
Okay. All right.
But you can't sit in there and then what about
they're in there
else?
Giving thanks to your food that they just ate.
Yeah, no, there's an insult that's sitting there going, ooh, what the heck you do?
All right.
And my last one.
Your last rule. Okay.
Read the room.
Read the room.
When it's time to go, you should know.
Yo, I hate the people that linger. Don't want to leave.
Yeah.
They act like they have no place to go.
just leave. I mean, it's you and me. Everybody's sleeping on the couch.
Everybody's passing out. People are
left.
You
and me talking.
And it's just like, and you keep yawning like, man, like the football game that went off the news is on.
I'm watching episodes of like MASH now.
I know 2020's on, and you're just like, anyway.
Like seriously.
What are you doing? Like, get out.
Lights are off. Everything's put away.
Yes.
Go home.
Yes, I feel that.
So those are my rules.
I think those are fair rules. I don't feel any of those rules could be disputed. I do have one. I was gonna ask you, and this because most of your rules ties to this question, but what do you do about family who is visiting from out of town to your house to come to Thanksgiving? Now, most of those rules will stay the same, but you know how you have certain family members, you don't see them as often.
They're welcome to be here.
Don't see their kids. Yeah, but do you feel a little bit more lax because you don't see these people as often, so you'll bend some of the rules for them?
Which rule you think I would bend?
Okay.
They're not getting the remote.
They're not getting. That was gonna say the remote rules seem like
they don't have
that
to.
could have some bend.
If they're visiting from out of town,
Yeah.
they don't have to bring something to eat.
Okay, that's good. Look at you.
But they put the effort to come here. I get that.
Yeah.
But if you live 2 blocks away from me,
yeah, no, bring something.
you better bring something.
Yeah. No, I dig it. I like it. Oh, Ro, what up, Ro? She in the building.
It's my holiday. It's my Thanksgiving rules.
I dig it. You okay, buddy?
This cough is. This cough is gonna kill us today. Sorry.
I know, and then my wife's gonna kill you if I get sick.
Oh, don't worry about it.
But listen, let me ask you something. I was hearing these guys at work kind of have this conversation. Do you feel that you need to be 100% honest with your children? And what I mean by 100% honest, I mean, do you think you need to be honest about certain things they might not be aware of from the past? I'll give you an example. Mom and dad, they going through a bit of a tiff when the baby was born. And some of that tiff involved the dad doing some bad things, whether it be cheating, infidelity, or...
That's nobody's business but the 2 people.
Yeah. Or, or some street stuff. You never know. Whatever that happened between either spouse, some bad things happened back then before the child was even aware. The child's older now. And as a parent, you kind of don't want your child to repeat the things that maybe their parent might have done. Like, you kind of want to, cut the cycle, they say, the family generational cycle. Like, for instance, if the husband was abusive to the mom, right, and they broke up, and the father has been nothing but a great parent to the daughter. Like, all she knows of her dad is that he's amazing. He's my superhero. He's everything to me. He is, and she don't remember any of those things that happened between the mom and the dad. And now she's old enough to get into a relationship, and the mom feels that these are some of the precautions that the daughter should take and wants to kind of like personalize it about what she went through. Do you think she should be forthcoming with that information to her daughter? Like, with telling her that, hey, in the past, me and your dad, blah, 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 he used to do X, Y, and Z.
Okay. So, I have questions.
Okay.
First question.
Okay.
Did the daughter ask? Or is the mother volunteering?
The mother's volunteering.
All right, so that's rule number 1 that's wrong.
Okay.
I live by one rule.
Yeah.
When it comes to people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be very clear. I've had this argument with so many people, including siblings. I only answer the questions that are asked.
Okay. That makes sense.
If you don't ask me the question, I have no reason to tell you.
To divulge that information. There's no reason for you to volunteer information when no one's asking.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's certain things you could tell your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things you shouldn't tell your kids. Are you going to lie to your kids at one point? Yeah, you probably will.
Yeah.
You can avoid lying by telling them stuff like, listen, you're not old enough for this conversation yet, but when you're at this age and you bring it back up, I will definitely address it.
Yeah.
Hoping they forget.
Hoping they forget.
Because, you want to be honest with your kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to always remember that the day your kids find out that you lied to them,
mm-hmm.
you lost a trust that can never
be repaired. Yeah.
So you want to be as honest as you can with them. And I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, when my kids ask me questions, I'm like, I really can't answer that right now.
Yeah.
When you get older, I can answer it. Now, me volunteering stuff that's happened in our personal lives, I wouldn't do that because I don't want my kids to judge me or my wife.
Yeah.
I know somebody
But what if you're not with them anymore?
There's no reason for you to tell them.
Mm-hmm.
So I know somebody that was married once. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But his current kids don't know. Well, didn't know.
Oh, didn't know about his
first marriage.
Yeah.
And then it was brought up at an event.
Oof.
And the son turned around and said, well, I didn't know you were married.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh yeah, it was a quick thing."
Yeah.
And the person that opened their mouth about it got handed.
Wow.
Don't talk about my personal life.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not that person had no right.
No, they thought I was like the kid's an adult now. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to put yourself into that.
Yeah,
position.
yeah.
So if you don't have to answer those questions or volunteer the information, you shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm 1,000% in agreement with volunteering information, especially when you're speaking on another person's actions. I think you could speak to your experience without identifying who the person was. Like, if you're a woman, I don't think you need to identify what the father did. You could say, hey, I was in a prior relationship that went like this, and this is some of the things I want you to be aware of and be careful of, or ways that I was manipulated, things I want you to look out for. I don't think you need to exactly target or name the person.
But that's just like going out there on social media and posting all your stuff and then getting mad when people judge you.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. No, I'm just saying this is as a parent who's probably speaking to their kid and wanting to just set some sort of precautions for them for the future.
Yeah. I think just the conversation this morning, because I took my daughters to get their flu shot this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We got into because I'm proud of them because they got their high honor rolls.
Mm-hmm.
My one daughter asked me, how are my grades? And my answer to her was, I was not a good student.
Yeah.
But I also have dyslexia, and it wasn't diagnosed till after I left school.
Yeah.
So with dyslexia, your ADD kicks in. You have short term, and you're like, ooh, look,
your comprehension is tough.
It's tough. So was I a good student? No, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Could I have done better? Yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the...
Well, schools back then,
it was
we didn't have half of the supervision we have now.
But if my daughter would have asked me that question 5 years ago, I would never have answered it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think she was old enough to know.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to change the way she sees school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sense?
No, absolutely. Yeah.
But dude, I was bad.
Well, now she's going to hear the show. She's going to know. She heard your stories of Patterson fighting the chicks and taking the L.
Yeah. So I told you, a friend of mine's sister is listen to the show, and that was one of the first shows she heard, and she's like, she actually remembers.
I imagine if you're
so embarrassing.
New listeners, if your first time listening to us is going to episode taking the L, please don't.
So embarrassing.
That is not the greatest introduction to us. All right, no, that's fair enough. No, I was because there's some things that obviously as kids get older, you start having these more adult conversations with them, and it gets kind of tricky on how much you want to disclose and how much you don't want to disclose. So it could be a bit of a minefield, because you want them to learn from your lessons, but you don't want to also have them look at certain people, especially in your family or people that they might know differently.
Yeah.
Than with the way they're currently looking at them.
I like right now I'm having a really hard time letting go a little.
Yeah. All that deep-seated trauma.
Yeah, well, you know what it is.
Seat games that you were never it. You just
never it. No, like I'm like we were talking about it this morning. I'm having a little problem. I like my one daughter. She did the ROTC thing yesterday, so she went on the trip by herself. She didn't want us there because she didn't know how that was going to work out, and we respected her. And my other daughter, she spent the day with one of her friends. I went to the mall and stuff like that. And here I am in my house going, I'll probably get another 2 years of this.
Yeah, that's it, man.
And it really, like, it hit me. I'm
yeah.
I know.
Bro, you got a year left. Get 2 years. Once they get a car, once they start driving, they start working.
They're getting a bus pass.
Bruh, it happens, man.
Yeah, so I was like, and it really hit me yesterday. I was like, damn, I think it's almost that time. And I yesterday, I was in my garage. I was cleaning. That garage never looked so clean in my life ever because I was so into it because I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
And I kept moving stuff, and all of a sudden I look, I'm like, hey, it's all done.
Oh, it's immaculate now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you use that energy and redirect it. But God, brother, you about to say something?
Oh,
or you about to
cough attack?
Cough up your lung?
Yeah. Question.
All right, you got a question for me? All right.
It was brought to me.
Oh, buddy.
So the question was, do everybody go to heaven?
So. Oh, boy. All right, for those that didn't hear, because I'm ignorant and laughing. Does everybody go to heaven? I think everyone's gonna be shocked by my answer.
So
I think everyone, yeah. All right, you let me know if you want to go first or you want me to go first.
I'm gonna let you go first.
You want me to go first?
I want to let you go first to see if we fall into the same category. Because I got questions. Because I didn't grow up with believing that.
This is a deep question, by the way.
Okay, but I have my suspicion that it doesn't exist, and I'll tell you the reason why.
Oh, heaven doesn't exist.
For a lot of people.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna tell you So give me your interpretation.
Okay. All right. So, man, I don't know if I want to even get this deep with this. I wanted to keep this light.
It's gonna flip. Don't worry.
All right, we'll see. All right. So, does everybody go to heaven? My perspective on things is, for starters, let's talk about what's the opposite of heaven. Obviously, hell, right?
Hello. It's getting hot in here.
For me, the way that I understand and know of the higher being, whether you want to call him God, Allah, whatever Jehovah, whatever you identify the higher being as, the way I identify this creator is not a person that will, or not an entity that would relish in his creations burning in everlasting fire.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, I think that is something I think it does exist, but not to the extent that we've been raised and believe in most religions, that, if you did not live a life of righteousness, you would just burn for all of eternity. Because then what is the lesson in that? How do you learn from that? You just roast for all of infinity? I don't feel that. It doesn't make much sense to me. I think it'll be more torturous for you to kind of be reborn back here and relive maybe as the person on receiving all the hardships that you've done to other people, so that you could learn how to get on the path of righteousness. That's what I think. So I think a lot of lost souls who pass over and they have not completed their work that they need to do here, have to come back here to re-experience life in a better way than they lived previously.
To try to get it right?
To just basically, and again, there's no right and wrong because everything is an experience. Like, a fire could warm you or it could burn down your house. It doesn't make the fire wrong. It's just how it's being utilized. And I think how you utilize your life will determine whether you lived a righteous life, which is did you pour good into this world? Did you pour light into this world? Did you use your gifts to be of a benefit to the rest of the world? Were you a beacon of light to others? I think those are the things that you need to live towards, rather than the latter of wanting to hurt people, bring suffering and all these kind of things. So that's my interpretation. So do I think everyone go to heaven? I do think eventually we all reach that sort of.
So do you think like heaven's like one big room?
No. To me, it's a plane of existence. If I was to imagine what heaven would be, or what people identify as heaven, it would be more like an endless sort of space.
Like an alternate universe?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Because I like everything you're saying.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
I might have went left. I know some people going to be like, no, people got to go to hell. They got to burn. They got to burn like a rotisserie.
But the interpretation of a person that goes to heaven, and like if somebody committed crimes.
Yes.
They killed somebody.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. But then became a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are they going to be in heaven with the person they killed?
I don't think so. So I think heaven, or whatever we identify as heaven, I think that is the final stage of I think you have to work to get to heaven. Like, I don't think it's all going to be accomplished in one life, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I think you keep repeating the loop until you earn your sort of space in there. I think there are certain things, because there's no such thing as a perfect being. I think you just have to come into this world, live this life to the best of your ability to be a good person and good to others. And then I think you hopefully could transcend to this space.
Okay.
If you have fulfilled the purpose you were meant here to do.
Right. So
if you didn't, if you go on a killing spree, rob people, hurt people, then guess what? It's like a video game. Reset, try that junk again.
So, oh man,
I went left with this. Let me see.
No. You're in the right path.
Hold on.
You're in the right path.
Let me see what Rose said. Hold on. She said, as a spiritual, not religious person, you lost me to start, but I'm loving the recovery explanation. Okay, I like it. All right, bro. I'm waiting you back. Come on.
No, so I like your answer because everybody keeps saying that everybody goes to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Okay?
It's not
like I didn't grow up believing that everybody goes to heaven. I grew up believing that once you die, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all your memories are gone. That's the way I was raised. No offense to any religious beliefs or anybody's personal beliefs or anything, but that's what I was taught.
I was taught as that as well.
So I'm like, okay, so how do I answer this? So if there is a heaven,
mm-hmm.
and people do go, I really do think that it's separated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that people should end up being in the same type of area in heaven.
Okay.
So I'm gonna sound a little sarcastic here.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. You had a couple that was married.
Uh-huh.
One was miserable.
Okay.
But stayed in the marriage. Okay. All of a sudden now, that person's no longer with us. They're in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
They're up there.
Okay.
They did their thing. They're doing their thing up there. They're rocking out, right?
Okay.
Now the other person passes. Now, supposedly they're going to heaven. Now they're up there.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that they belong together?
Wait a second. Wait, so you're saying they were married originally?
Married originally.
One passed before the other.
Right.
The other person got remarried?
No.
Or
the one person that died went to heaven. That's the person that did not want to be in the marriage.
Okay.
Went up there. Now the other person died, so we'll say a year later.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now is in heaven. Do you think they belong together?
That's two different things. So again, one is dealing with I don't know if there's a thing where you are bound to a certain person for all of eternity.
I agree.
It's possible that you could be bound to one person in one life and then bound to another in another life. So now, do they both ascend to heaven? It depends on how their actions outside of the marriage, if it was deserving of them to. But if they both made it, they both reached, which I don't think they would at that time, only because she hasn't owned who her true self is.
Right. So my answer to that was,
go ahead,
and it is still,
mm-hmm.
I think that they shouldn't be together.
Okay.
Because when they got married, in the vows,
it
says death do us part.
Yeah.
Death happened.
Yeah.
Contract over.
Okay.
So now you get to live
your life. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. That was my explanation. Some people's like, oh, but if they live together for 30-something years, don't make a difference.
Yeah. No.
The contract's over.
Yeah. I think death is the ultimate null and void.
But people think that they're going to go up there and they're going to be like, oh, I saw my love. Maybe you weren't their love.
Possibly.
Possibly.
That's a sensitive topic.
So I think it's going to be alternate rooms.
So so you're going to have one spouse in one heaven and another spouse in a different heaven?
Yeah, well, listen, it's not like he's running out of space.
He's got endless space.
I mean, all he got to do is voila.
I do think what we believe heaven to be, I believe is beyond our human understanding. And
that's our problem.
I don't think we fully understand what it means to be loved by this creator. I don't think we're all there yet.
See, our heaven is a physical.
Yeah.
It's human.
Yeah.
It's the touch.
Yeah, it's very our love is very limited.
Right. It's not what a higher being has as an interpretation of what.
It's a different level.
It's not physical. It's not like you. It's not my interpretation.
It's all encompassing.
Right.
You know how to be. If you've never been, you know what's the closest thing you could get to how much God will love you. Go away for a week, have a pet, and then come home and see your pet.
Dude, that's so unconditional love.
That's insane. The unconditional love. Your pet or your dog or your cat, they love you harder than any person probably ever would.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, all dogs go to heaven.
Yeah, all dogs go to heaven.
I don't care what they
all
say.
make
That's
it.
unconditional.
Every animal I think makes it to heaven.
No, cats don't.
cats do.
No, they don't.
Leave them alone.
You know that if you die in your room, say for instance you died, right?
Yes. What does a cat do?
They'll start eating you.
Yeah.
They start with your nose.
Because they want you a part
Dogs
of them.
don't. They'll lay next to you.
I know, and they'll die with
Cats
you.
are not nice.
Cats, they just, I like cats.
Okay.
But hold on, Rose says she wants to respond to your analogy there with the couple. She says, but maybe their earthly union was just to bring their kids into Earth. The other side isn't like here. It's just love. I love that, Ro.
Ro, that was one of my topics. I
love it, Ro. Look at that. That was beautiful. I did not expect us to do this, but this is so ironic. We're doing this on a Sunday. Hallelujah.
So, yeah, praise the Lord. Shut up.
Hello. Hello.
I totally agree because you can have two people that don't belong together. They make a phenomenal person.
Yeah. Or they could come together and make,
that's what I just said. Yeah, I caught you.
No, I was about to, I misinterpreted what you originally said, and I was about to say something else, but yes. Yeah, like my parents.
You're welcome. You're welcome, people. Father and mother of Rashawn, you're welcome.
They only one time. One time. There you go. I'm here.
That's hysterical.
Perfection was made. Yeah, you came together for that one moment.
I
look at this. I'm giving all this light to the world.
Yo, your family's gonna love this one.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm gonna get some heat for this one.
Say hi to Grandma for me.
Hi, Grandma. Yes, I'm gonna be seeing her this week.
Oh, it's this.
Yeah, so this is our turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
All right. Cool. No. So cool. I think we covered the topic. I
think so. I think we answered it to the best of our ability. I think honestly, at the end of the day, nobody knows what happens. But it's funny. Ironically, actually, all week on my YouTube channel, whenever I go to YouTube, my search, I've been getting like these videos popping up about people with, they call NDE, near-death experiences. And they've all been kind of like sharing, what happened when technically they were legally dead and the things that they saw. And man, some of these, now a lot of scientists, when they look at stuff like this, they always like, even though your heart may be dead, your brain is still functioning.
Oh yeah, it'll function.
So they're saying that a lot of times what these people are seeing in these visions or these interpretations, these outer body experiences and so forth, they think that that's the body and the medication that is in their system that is influencing what they see. But the weird thing is, it's one thing for one person to see this interpretation of afterlife. But when they all, like when you see 20 different people have the same interpretation of what they saw after in the afterlife, you kind of got to go, these people don't know each other from a can of paint.
Right.
Separate experiences.
Yes.
But they could be grounded in their belief system, which might influence it. But I just think it's a weird coincidence for these
some
people.
of them, yes. And other ones, it's because of situations they were in. I'm going to give you an example.
Okay.
So a lot of these people, they have had drug problems.
Yes. Well, I don't know.
They OD'd and they said that, they're recovering, and they said they saw the light and all this and all that. And that's where they became very religious, and everything that comes out of their mouth is about God now.
Yeah.
So I know somebody that became really big, really, really big religious person after he had a near-death experience.
Okay.
But after really talking to the person and understanding, and I'm a good judge of character, that, like I break things down a certain way when it comes to analyzing people beyond just what a normal person would do. And I'm not giving myself smoke. I'm just saying that I'm really good at that. So I believe that some of these people, they had that outer experience, but a lot of these people are the ones like OD'd and stuff like that and talk about this stuff. I think the light that they were seeing was the paramedic.
Oh my God! Right. You couldn't help yourself, could you?
I couldn't.
You really couldn't help yourself.
It's like, sir, and they saw the light.
You did this build up.
It's the light, sir. You need to come back. And they thought it was God. Which, listen, I'm totally fine with, because they changed. They changed. But a lot of them have the exact word for word experience. Listen, watch them. It was a voice with a light flashing in my eyes.
Yeah, but these people didn't say that.
I'm not saying they did, but if you look, there's a lot of them say the exact same thing. And then when you start to look, like, oh, recovering alcoholic, oh, recovering drug addict, oh, OD'd 4 times. I think I found the pattern.
There are patterns.
There are patterns.
I will say definitely for those, but the one that I saw, it was some of them were little kids when this happened to them,
Right.
and some of them had like weird like falls, or they almost drowned, and when they came to, they got to see themselves outside of their body, seeing their family members at the hospital.
Oh no, that's
like and detailed. Like, and when they came to, like, they told people, like, you were here, and they saw the people, and they were like,
yeah.
How do you know? Like, when you see stuff like that, you're like, holy cow!
Those are cool. Those are
next
cool.
level stuff. I like it, man.
I
just think it's intriguing. I just thought it was funny because it's not like I was searching for that. It was like in my recommended things.
Yeah, I think that a lot of that stuff is pushed on us now.
Yeah,
just because of the holidays and
yeah, true.
And this makes you more emotional.
This is the season too.
Tis the season.
Tis the season.
So it's just one of those things that I think what they do is they're manipulating our minds. I mean, like people just realize it. You think you're not.
Yeah,
we're all zombies to what social media does to us today. It's insane. I know that I start looking at stuff and then it's just like, or I have a thought of something and I Google it and 3 days later I got like 17 videos of that stuff just popping up.
Yeah.
So I've been looking at lottery numbers, but they still haven't.
Yeah, no, I know. I've been imagining me winning. That doesn't seem to happen. I'm telling you, Simon's gonna be out the book. I hit the lottery.
Oh, he's done.
That's it. Y'all not gonna see Simon. Y'all gonna be like, man, who's that photographer? What was his name? I'm like, Simon gonna be with me, my family, everywhere we go, taking pictures.
No.
He
with us.
Yeah, no, Frankie. Yes, but
us.
I'm just telling you. I'm telling the people out there.
Okay. Oh no, they're big.
Don't go to his website. You're not. He's gone.
Yeah.
Cool. You want to go next?
Go ahead.
All right. I wanted to ask you something. One I wanted to ask you is about music. Me and you, like, every once in a while we find a few artists that we like and so forth. And then I saw this artist. Her name's Coyle Ray. She sings that song, "Cause girls is players too." Girls is yeah. All right, she has that. I'm just hold on, wait. But she made a very interesting comment. Her comment was, she goes, "What does it take for this generation of music artists to become like the icons that we grew up on? For example, the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Elvis, Madonna, like Janet Jackson. You have like these music artists who sort of transcended the music and they became sort of like just a figure of time. Like we just identify. Like when you think 80s." You immediately go Billie Jean, or you go like, you just harken back to that music artist and that time, or that music. You can hear the music and it literally time travels you back to that period in time. So what I'm trying to say is, what is the music artist of today? What do you think they have to do to be the sort of icon that those greats were?
They're not.
Okay, Frankie, you can't just crap on them.
They are a fill-in.
A fill-in for the next thing?
For the next thing.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. And it happens in generations.
Okay.
It happens in generations. Today's music is total crap.
Okay.
You can't argue it.
I'm not going to dispute it.
You can't tell me that in 40 years, they're going to be like, oh my God, remember when Cardi B with blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just not. These are people that are filling. It's starting to evolve now. The music is starting to change again. October London, phenomenal singer. He sounds like Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Diddy's last album with all the compilation.
Yeah. Oof, Diddy.
Well, Diddy's going. Diddy going bye-bye.
No, he's fine. He's settled.
Oh, he's fine.
He's settled.
Yeah, he's settled. Yeah, everything's good.
Everything's fine. 24 hours.
24 hours.
Never seen that happen before.
Yeah.
Anyway, other artists. Yeah. Drake. Drake.
So they're starting to transition the music out. And the reggaeton. And don't get me wrong. Okay.
Bad Bunny.
Okay. It's
Big Bunny.
Derogatory.
Yeah.
Explicit music. We had it growing up.
Yeah, we had it.
But it wasn't this.
It wasn't it wasn't on the front line.
Like the way it is. This too shall pass.
Yeah.
And then the real artists are going to come by again. And they're there. I mean, like you have really good artists right now that are struggling because they're trying to bring a certain style back or create a new style. But today's society refuses to accept it because they're not being like edgy.
I think it's also
be honest with you, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I'm not a big fan of Usher, but I'm happy what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Usher's the man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
He's one of those artists. I will put
He's
him up
one
there.
of those artists
He's
that's got. He's gonna be the performance at the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Okay. He's taking it back. He's like, okay, let me slow
Yeah,
you people down.
yeah.
Okay. He's one of those
He's gonna
artists.
set it off.
Let me tell you, and I'm not a fan of Drake.
Yeah. Fair.
There's another one you will remember. But Little Nas X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. There's a lot of littles out there.
Yeah, this is just a fill-in. I that's the reason why I do like house music and I like gospel music and I like Afro house.
Stands the test of time.
And dude, you're not gonna get vocals like you do from a gospel person.
Yeah,
they sing.
No, I feel they moved the. You know, it's so funny. I forgot the producer's name, but he says the reason why the music doesn't have any sort of soul now is because everybody's kind of moved away from the sort of gospel music and moved away from the church. It's more of this microwave music where people are just going in there, taking whatever beat that is common right now and then trying to stitch together a hit. It's like, how can I make a hit or how can I have a viral moment, not how can I make art? And I think that's what we're missing from this generation. Like when these other artists were coming up, like when we had Boyz II Men, when we had Belle Biv DeVoe, we had these different artists coming up. They were creating art. Mary J. Blige. They were creating art with their music, pain in their music, and you felt it and you carried it, and it standed the test of time. But I think nowadays everybody just either rap about or talking about how much money they have, how many people they stole from. And I don't want to sound like the old man on the porch, but I think that's why. I think that's why it's not resonating as long as it was before.
Dude, talk about man on the porch.
Yeah,
I'm looking for the Snoop on the stoop.
Snoop on the stoop.
Yeah, like the elf on the shelf.
I thought you was looking for Snoop smoking on the stoop.
No,
he don't
Snoop
smoke
on the
no more.
stoop.
No, I never heard of this.
It's like the shelf on the elf.
Yeah,
the elf on the shelf. Whatever that is. I could never say that right.
Elf on the shelf.
Elf on the shelf.
But this is Snoop on the stoop.
Snoop on the stoop.
Is it Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
And he's on a stoop.
Yeah.
You know he don't smoke anymore.
Yeah, he'll you know.
He gave up smoking.
Yeah, something must.
You believe it?
I think there'll be a comeback.
Honestly, I think he probably has some because he's been doing that for years. I think some medical issues probably came into play.
But let me tell you something, and I said this to I think to my wife recently. We look at Snoop as he's smoking weed. Snoop smokes like they were cigarettes.
I know. Yeah.
They're not. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like a cigarette for him.
Yeah.
So when people really get high, he's just like, eh.
That's just how he just started his day.
A Newport Newport Light for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I hope he's okay. I'm a big fan of Snoop. I like his transition, what he's done with his life.
Yo, how timeless is he is. Like, just think, like he went through, let's just say 4 decades.
Yeah.
He went through 4 decades and he's still relevant. He's still doing commercials. That guy, that's talking about a guy that's a music icon right there. How many other artists who doing it like at his age still coming out, getting like endorsement deals and stuff?
I'm trying to figure out. Did he? No, he came out in '90.
Yeah, it came out in the early '90s. Doggy Style.
That was
Gin and Juice. That was '94, right?
94? Oh wow.
Or '93. I have to look it up, but Gin and Juice was like.
Yeah, it was like 90. Yeah, 4 decades. Wow.
Yeah, Snoop's up there, man. That's
I love
crazy.
Snoop. I saw Babyface is touring.
Oh yeah. He's been wearing shiny suits out there. He's been getting it in, man.
I can't wait. I would love to go see.
You gonna go see him? I'm trying to go to a basketball game, but these basketball prices are out of this world.
Better off watching it right here on that screen.
Let me ask you. Here's one. I don't know if we ever discussed this before, but someone said or brought up the idea that marriage, because you know how we talked about how to death do us part. Someone said at work, do you think marriages would be more successful if you could lease the marriage contract? Where basically every 10 years
you can negotiate.
You could choose to renew or cancel.
Shut up.
Yo, they said think about it. And this is that word they were talking about. They said think about it. They said, listen, your marriage is going well. This is easy renew. So do you and then it keeps the marriage fresh because both parties feel vested in making it happen. But if you feel like, hey, the marriage is coming apart, whatever it might be, you have an easy out because you can just wait till your contract's up. I laugh. I thought it was stupid. I wanted to bring it here because we're idiots and make fun of how stupid it is. But at the same time, I want to be empathetic because some people like this idea.
They're stupid. Well, no, they're not going to say they're stupid.
It's just a different perspective they have.
So here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
If that's what they're thinking,
Yeah.
they should never get married
To begin with.
because they're looking for an out already.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for an out,
I agree.
if you're looking for an out, well, like I mean, 10 years we could renegotiate this thing. You know something? You just did it.
Yeah. You just renegotiated before you even got it started.
So don't get married.
They're young. They're young kids. So like, and that's another thing. I'm starting to feel old at work. Dude, I work around with people who like 25, 27, and to hear them talk, like they just starting their lives. Like, and I hear these conversations and I'm like, God, I feel like the old man in the room now. Like I went from being fresh blood to OG.
I've been OG for such a long time.
Jesus.
But no.
But anyway, yeah.
No. So they're looking for an out. But see, in today's world, the kids don't.
They don't understand commitment.
They don't commit.
They don't understand it.
Well, first of all, when you're 25 years old and still on your parents' benefits, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons. Well, we're not letting kids become adults.
I think they don't know how to. Like,
well, no, they can't. It's too expensive to become an adult now, and that's the problem. Like, kids won't buy a house because they don't want the commitment.
Exactly.
Okay, they don't want a long-term relationship because they don't want a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
And because again, social media, we're on there. I get it.
Everybody got the illusion of options.
Yeah, so
you think that, why would I want to settle with this one person when I have so many other things out there? I have potential to probably grab someone else, or someone else might meet my needs in other areas that this person might not, and all this stuff. It's hard for this young generation. I do sympathize with them, and it makes me think about like my daughter and my son, what they're going to have to experience in the future, because the idea of commitment or monogamy is not what it used to be anymore.
No, I mean, like you look at these people right now, and all they do is just like, oh, it's okay, I broke up with them with this one.
They can't even handle an argument.
No, dude, they
can't even handle an argument. They get into one little disagreement, and then it's just like, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't need this. I need to find my best self.
Ro, I'm a little lost in your question. I don't know if I'm reading it right.
Yeah.
Can you?
Let me see. Let me try to read. She said, are they allowed? Does it keep people trying?
We're lost. You might have to retype that.
All right. She might be driving. Wait till you park, bro.
Yeah. Put your seatbelt on. Yeah, I just don't think that kids right now, anybody right now, knows what it is to commit to anything.
Yeah.
And
but let's do the science on this. This person wants to get married, and at the day of the wedding, go, all right, we're locked in for the next 6 years, and then we'll talk about it and have a renewal.
No.
Can you imagine?
Well,
I just want to know what they do at the 6-year mark. Like, when you sit down and go, all right, so these are the things that we've accomplished these past 6 years. I think we had a lot of successes.
But that's like
I didn't like
that's like a prenup.
But you know what? You didn't quite clean as much as I thought you would, Frankie. You you didn't really stay on top of the laundry. I hope we could get this together, because I mean, if you can't meet my needs, Frankie, we're gonna have to get a divorce.
All right, bye.
We're gonna have to end this lease.
Bye.
Frankie's not even trying to fight. He's just like, you know what?
Dude, I'm an old dog. I mean, like, you get what you get with me right now. This is it.
Oh man.
But no, dude, I'm hurting today.
I know.
But here's where I'm at with that.
Okay.
If you're gonna do that, don't do a lease. Do a prenup with like your money. Where you have to be year 3, where you have to be year 5, because that's what all these celebrities do.
Mm-hmm.
At year 3, we have to be here. Year 5, we have to be here. If we're not there, we're out of these things. Do that.
Yeah.
Because at least you're giving yourself a place to, like, something to accomplish.
Yeah.
Versus saying in 6 years we're out.
So Ro has fixed it. She says, are they copping out on the commitment, or would a renewal contract keep people working on making it successful? And that was the thing where I started with, where I was saying it kind of gives them incentive, because if you really invested with the person, you could get a longer lease in the marriage.
Okay, so now you're going to renew a lease. And now each line gets reevaluated. And you go, well, no, that one we can't do, but then now we got to do this one. I feel like I'm living with Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
I'm just trying to, like, this is what we know that this generation is different than our generation. So if this is their way to sort of like commit without feeling so constrained or incentivizing them to say, you know what, let me see how well this works. We'll have a check-in time to see if we want to continue this or not continue this. You have a bit of an out for these people. This is a young thing, man. I'm trying to be hip.
You're killing me.
Yeah. Anyway.
She said, what was it? Boring Kojo and Nicole Parker have a physical appearance clause.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's right. They do.
Boris Kojo. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. And Nicole, so Mimi just put in here, Boris Kojo and Nicole Ari Parker have a physical appearance clause. They have to maintain how they look or they have rights for divorce. That is...
I would have been divorced. Like,
oh, my God. He said, we too. Can you imagine?
Once that scale went up 3 pounds, you're out.
Yo, your physical appearance. Like, yo, the moment you start looking busted, yo, we done here, homie.
I'm so done.
Talk about better or worse.
I might be the only one married in this relationship right now. I got to talk to her.
You could be the person that's sad in the marriage. No.
I'm not. I can't even laugh at them.
Bro,
I think I'm in trouble here.
Oh my God, can you imagine a clause? Yo, you start looking busted, and this thing's a wrap.
So that means that when she goes to heaven, right?
Yeah,
she gonna be like, "Oh, death do us part."
Yeah,
you gotta go.
Well, God, you didn't tell me he was gonna age like an avocado. This is not working, so we had to go bye bye, boo boo.
An avocado.
Oh my God!
I said an avocado. I can't.
Yo, that is wild, man. But you know, it is what it is. All right. What is, we were just talking about with these young kids and everything. What do you think is the hardest decade of your life at this time in your life? The hardest decade of your life, and I'm talking everything from childhood to date. What decade, that 10-year span, was the hardest of your life? Ooh.
But I've had some hard ones, man.
Yeah, some ugly ones.
I had some ugly ones. Dude, I was homeless.
Yeah.
But that didn't last long. I mean, but I was.
Yeah. And we're talking a 10-year span, so that's a long gap there.
I think the hardest 10 years were, I will say, oh my God.
Oh man.
I think it has to do when we had the girls.
Wow. Oh, right when you just had, yeah.
Those first 10 years.
Yeah.
When she had to stop working because we couldn't afford the babysitter.
Wow.
And we struggled.
Yeah.
And she lost her job and I lost my job.
Yeah.
So we were both unemployed. We were going to lose the house.
Wow.
In 2012, it was 2013. It was the year my sister passed. Shortly before she passed, I lost my job.
Damn.
That year.
Wow.
Just
the fog.
The fog started that year.
Yeah.
And we're talking that was tough.
Yeah.
Trying to support this family the way we did.
Yeah.
And stay afloat without letting anybody know.
Yeah.
Because I don't like people in my personal business.
No, I know what you mean.
But yeah, we were at the point. It was December of 2013. I was working as a UPS assistant on a truck for the holidays when I got a call from a friend of mine who said, "Hey, I'm looking for a tech to come work with me at this place.
Yeah.
Are you interested?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." I didn't tell him what was going on. The following, I went for the interview in January, February. Yeah. I started working for the company that I'm currently with, which is almost 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But that January, we already figured out we were losing the house.
Dang.
Because that was it. That's where the funds ended.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, at this point, UPS is not going to hire me full time. What are we going to do? Well, we got to sell the house, get rid of it, or lose the house.
Yeah.
So thank God,
everything turned out. But man, that was a tough decade.
So listen to this. He gets me the job. He leaves within a month.
Wow.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm done here." He didn't like it. He went somewhere.
But you know what? He was just there fulfilling that one purpose.
Yeah.
Which was to tie you into this company.
Yeah.
And that
so
was that.
His parents got together to
have him to help you and then tie you in there. See how look at that. Look how God worked.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh man. No, that's dope.
Yeah, no. So the first 10 years of my kids, because we never told them that we were stuck.
Yeah.
We had season passes. Listen to this. We had season passes to Six Flags.
Mm-hmm.
And we at that year, we said, no, let's just get the meal plan. I never ate so many chicken fingers in my life.
Oh, man.
We were in Six Flags almost every day.
Yeah.
That's how I fed my kids.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do, man.
Yo, the hustle's real, man.
Yo, it's very real.
And my kids never starved, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always provided.
I mean, I did, but you can't tell.
I can't. No, I wanted to know because I was curious, like, because now that someone told me that they said their 40s is the hardest decade of their life. And I'm like, why was the 40s? I feel like at that time, you should have some clarity on where you stand with your life and everything. And the person said, well, my 40s is because, one, you look at the landscape of people in your life. And at that point in time, he said he lost more people than he ever imagined he would, like with people passing away. And as he gets older, obviously, you have more family members you got to take care of. And he says and you feel like you're still so far behind, even though you're like midway through your life. He goes, he was going through some of the issues, like saying 40 was the hardest decade from 40 to 50. But now I think he's a little bit more content. He's more settled. But he was saying 40 to 50 mainly because he was he was nervous about the future. And then he was holding on to a lot of people from his past that he lost. So it was a tough transition for him. For me, it was the 20s. I think the 20s is the hardest time because you're shaken up out of your routine. You don't have high school anymore. And you're trying to figure out what direction your life is going to go.
Right.
And I think that was when I was the most lost in my life, and I had the most debt, and I was the most confused as to like what your purpose is and like what you're going to do and how are you going to provide for yourself and make it work. And also I had my daughter. So it was like you add all those different things, and then no one is looking at you as the child anymore. No one's looking at you like, oh, I can help you because, you're a kid. Now it's like, you're an adult, figure it out.
Yeah, there is mercy rule.
Yeah, it's like sink or swim now. So
yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I
different perspectives there.
Yeah. I think those are the lessons that make you appreciate what you have today a lot more than anything. You're saying them as the toughest years. I think those were the most training years for you.
Yeah, like formulatively.
Yeah, like they molded you to who you are today.
Yeah.
You said something about purpose of life, and that is kind of interesting because I don't know what my purpose of life is yet. I'll never know. I feel
you have an idea.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
But my purpose of life is determined on the outcome of what other people end up doing because of me.
Okay.
Okay, like if I always give negative vibe, I'm giving negative vibes to people. So I feel like if I'm always looking at everything like always in a positive, I'm influencing people to think positive, to continue moving positive. So if they make good decisions based off of a conversation that we had, I feel like my purpose of life helped them in that situation. But I won't see that because I'm not there for that.
Yeah.
I think I had the conversation with your daughter one time years ago, and it was a situation, and I don't know if it had to do with school. I'm like, yeah. But you learned something, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah. And then she turned around, she goes, you always look at it different. I go, because you can't look at it as a negative. Yeah, I lost my job. So what was the next step? Find a job.
Yeah.
How am I gonna get it? All right. So to me, when I see stuff, I don't see it as a negative, man. I really don't. I look at it as, all right, it's time to get to the next step. Why argue about it? Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
And if I can do that for people, I think that my purpose of life for people, I don't need to know.
So it's so funny that we're touching on this. Like every time I think we're going to go a different direction in our conversation, like we go into something that I just recently experienced, which is crazy. It's about what you said when we were talking about purpose. I had a conversation with someone who asked me, "What do you?"
Water.
Oh, okay. Get your water. And Frankie's still nearby. I had a conversation with somebody who was asking me if you could define men and women by their purpose, what do you think it is? Like, if I was in one word, if I was to define men and women in one word and their purpose or their function or what drives men and women, how would I do it? Like, if I had one word. And I was like, well, what do you mean? Like, give me an example. And they were like, their example was like, men are providers. Women are caretakers. That was their interpretation.
That, in today's society?
That was his perspective. So now I gave mine. You want so my the way I define men and women and purpose and what drives them. I think all men, and I could be wrong. This is a Rashawn original here. I think men are driven by ego in one way or another. And what I mean by ego is that a man's sole desire is just to be respected by society, admired by their children, and loved by whoever they're with. That's their goal. And all those three things tie into a man's pride and how he feels about himself. It's ego driven. A man wants a big house because they want that house to represent their hard work. A man wants to be able to provide for their family because they want people in society to respect them and see them as a good provider, as a good father, as a good dad, a good leader. I think men are just driven in one way by, that's what drives men, because men they can be very minimalistic. Like a lot of times when women will ask, what's going on? What are you thinking? Nothing. The majority of times it is nothing. But it's just because we're just driven by what we need to do. Not by, and that what we need to do is like, what do I need to do for myself? And I think women are more so driven by experiences, which is a little different than men. And I think this is where we have the little gap in communication. A woman goes through life wanting to experience life. What I mean by that is like a woman would say, I want to experience motherhood. I want to experience this trip. I want to travel. A man will go, I would travel because I want people to think that I'm well traveled. Whereas a woman will want to travel because she will want to bask in that experience and what it would bring for her.
Wow, we have totally two different thoughts.
Yeah. But that's good because I would like to hear. But no, and then this was the conversation that I had with the guy, and he was like, all right, that's a fair take. But he was like, and I think, and also even as a caretaker, I think women are known as better caretakers because I think they like that experience. Whereas men, a lot of times, has to be taught how to be that because we're very like, I don't want to say selfish, but we're just very like, I would do it if people would recognize me as such. Whereas a woman would just do it because that's just their experience.
Well, in today's world, if you do it on your own without, as a man, if you do it just because you want to, they look at you like you're weird.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and I get it. You know, like I get it. My kids look at me like, really, Dad? And like, yeah.
Even when a man needs help, like they talk about how men need therapy and men need things, but men, our ego will be like, no, I don't. But I got to man up. I got to do what I got to do.
I will tell you where I think that women, my opinion, of course.
Yeah.
I think women are more right now in our world are more leaders.
Oh, absolutely.
And more providers.
Yeah.
And more caring than any man right now.
Absolutely. But now I'm sorry. I just want to jump on that one thing. The women that are becoming leaders, I think they become leaders not out of ego, though. I think they pursue that leadership role just because of they want to experience it, and then they want to provide those experiences to other.
Their independence,
females.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's all about the independence. Today's woman, in my opinion, obviously, is today's woman's independence is more valuable than a relationship.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Like, I really respect women who turn around and be like, you know, I don't need that. I don't need that. You know, something. I got my own money. I'll do my own thing. They can have kids. You know, obviously, you know, the miracle of being able to do it on your own.
They can even do it without a man.
You know, and I think women are more
but
stronger leaders right now. As for men, I think we're, dude, all we want is the honest truth. Men just want to be loved.
Yeah.
We will do everything for a woman to show how much we love them, but we don't want to do everything they want us to do because we do that, we look like we're wimps.
I think, but again, wait, so go back to the first point you made about men want to be loved. Again, it comes back to the ego of wanting to be loved.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, so a man will pursue a CEO position just because we want to be respected as CEO. That's what drives us to do it. A woman will pursue a CEO position because they want to have that experience. it's two almost different motivations.
No, I get.
think. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. I still think.
But I do think yes, the independence. But I think if they choose to have that experience, it will be an independent experience, or they will have this kind of experience. I could be going left with this, but you know, I freestyled it.
I'll be honest with you.
Person.
This world needs a woman.
Oh yeah,
this world needs a woman, and every president office in every country, they
do it better.
They'll fix things quick.
They do it better
right now. I'm not gonna argue it.
We're saying it as two guys who have daughters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we know how to play the game too.
Yeah, we're totally biased.
But I think women. Their leadership right now is exceptional. Listen. Mm-hmm. I know Ro personally.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, Mimi, Half Pint.
Who runs the world?
They do.
Who runs the world?
They sure do. And I know them, and I know their characters, and there's not one type B character there.
Yeah.
And these are women that, you know, when they make a decision, they follow through.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might not have the job that you think that a person at their age should want, but then yet, according to them, they're at the exact same spot, the exact spot they wanted to be at that age.
Mm-hmm.
Can't argue that.
Yeah.
I mean, because I would love to be a CEO, but guess what? That's not going to happen today.
Well, you never know, Frankie.
Yeah, but a woman she would have gotten it a lot quicker than a man right now. Their determination right now in today's world.
Yeah,
a woman to get they'll fight for more than a man because a man's not looking for only just that.
Well, it's
it's a lot more.
Yeah. Well,
I know it's a little opposite of you.
No. I'm all for it. I think we're saying similar things, but I think we just have different perspectives on how. And again, I can't predict what a woman is thinking or what drives any woman. I'm just going from my perspective, what I see, and how. And I work for women. My leadership team is all women, and they are just as meticulous and just as assertive as any man CEO or leader would be in that position. But I do think that, for a great example, one of my CEOs, we have what we call a fireside chat, where she introduces herself to the company and she tells you her sort of business philosophy. And her business philosophy is centered around relationships. And I thought this was a breath of fresh air because prior CEOs, especially men, are driven by objective and numbers.
True.
She was driven by, I want to build better relationships that are going to help us reach these different metrics or different numbers. And I want people to feel motivated when they come in here to do their thing because of it, like because they value the relationships that we have here in the culture. She spoke more about bringing the culture up, which I thought was really well said, and it was just a breath of fresh air in comparison to what we've heard for countless years from other male CEOs. So again, I think I'm in the same agreement that women have the same independence, they have the same assertiveness and mindset to be anything they want to be. I just think maybe what drives their motivations might be a little different. They're men, obviously.
Right. Mimi just put here the facts are, she's a new stay-at-home mom. She has the job that she literally always wanted.
Nice. Congrats, right. Mimi.
And in her comments here says, it just took me a long time to get here, but I see myself kicking butt in corp world again. Absolutely.
She got it.
I really do. Women know how to work the clock. The timing, do things.
So do basketball players.
No, they don't, because they don't. No, they don't.
Well, they play.
They what do you mean I travel? What do you mean 10 seconds?
Oh, yeah.
No,
you ever seen shot clock?
Yeah, exactly. No, I just think that they know the timing for them better than we do for ourselves.
Yeah.
We will literally let corporate America control us to a certain point to see how far they can get us there versus us trying to get there on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no?
I don't know. I got lost.
I'm being stared at wrong.
Hey, Karen's in the building. What? Wait, here you go. Karen's in the building. Karen's in the building. Karen's in the building.
Right. He finally hit the right button.
Yeah. Go ahead, Frankie. You have something you want to touch on real quick?
So, no, we started talking about careers.
Yeah.
All right. So, got into this conversation with somebody recently.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at work, and it was one of the people was like, they don't understand how people can be dysfunctional in their personal life when they do that job as a living. So, long story short,
Okay,
not giving any names,
Okay.
but I was talking to somebody where they were saying is that their spouse
Okay.
is in finance,
Mm-hmm.
right? But can't keep her own finances in order.
This happens all the time.
So I'm like, ugh, tough one. So
This reminds me. Go ahead.
So I was like, personally, if that, and the person's a financial advisor
The person's a financial advisor that
And-
can't provide advice for themselves
for themselves. So
be
to me,
financially well.
I'm like, well, then that person should be a financial advisor because they need
Yeah.
to practice what they preach.
Okay.
So I was
No.
like, huh?
No.
What do you
I'm
mean?
gonna
no?
disagree on this one.
Shut up.
Watch. Watch.
No.
You wanna know why?
Why?
Have you ever seen a fat coach, a boxer, or a fat trainer?
Yeah.
They're the best trainers in the business. And they are not in shape like a boxer, but they know everything about a
Okay.
combination.
Okay. All right. So I got a question.
Go
I
ahead.
got a question. All right.
Okay.
So you're going to the dentist, right?
Go to the dentist.
And you go to your dentist.
Yeah.
And he got jacked up teeth. You going to your dentist?
Depends on his service to me. Like, there's people.
They should have
I know.
beautiful teeth.
Listen, Frankie. I know.
No.
Look, Frankie,
no.
I'm telling you, Frankie.
Nah.
9 times out of 10, you are 1,000% correct. You're right. The presentation means everything. Do I want somebody with smelly breath and busted up teeth talking about, all right, I'm about to put this filling in your mouth?
Yeah, you need to practice what you preach. That's on your
but,
job.
But what, but what I'm saying is, someone who is very skilled at it might not be applying that same practice to themselves. Like, for example, you ever meet a barber whose hair looks like Einstein,
That's
but
a
they
choice.
give the nicest haircuts?
But that's a choice of style.
No, they look like buckwheat. But they could
they
cut
like
hair.
the style.
That's not a style.
For them, that is.
I had a guy. It was a guy. He was an old man. His hair looked like he just put his finger in the outlet with a fork. And every day he would cut up and give the meanest lineups, perfect fades, and he looked like who shot you.
All right. So you're telling me that a dietary consultant could be fat?
Yo, have you seen how many people work at Weight Watchers that are big bone? Giving dietary advice? Better
Shut
someone who's
up.
been through it to tell
Stop.
me.
Stop. Stop.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no.
God.
Stop. Dude.
I can't, bro. You know how many trainers I see at the gym? They look like they never touched a dumbbell, but they know how to coach. They know how to tell people what exercise to do. They tell you how much tension you need to put on it. There's a guy in my gym. He's a big guy. But he's strong as ox. And you're not gonna believe this. His name's Frank, and he's strong as an ox. We call him Frank the Tank. And he's not, and then you can tell he doesn't diet. He doesn't do any of that. But he coaches and he trains people, and he trains professional bodybuilders. Professional bodybuilders, he trains them.
What?
And they look like Adonises, and he looks nothing like Adonis. Never know, man. Never judge a book by its cover, man. But now the financial advisor. I hear what you're saying, Frankie. It's not like a financial advisor who's about to lose their home, who probably is dead broke. But we see it all the time. There's doctors, genius doctors, who have bad financial habits. They make well over 6 figures. They have a beautiful home, but they're in mountains of debt. And then it's a person who lives down the street, who's a school teacher, who makes significantly less, but has stable income. All their bills are paid up, and they're good to go.
Yeah, I like it.
You like it, I love it, Frankie. Whatever you want to say.
Whatever.
But that was a great topic.
Holy crap. Yo, I can't with that one.
That was great. That was great. I love it. I like the dentist one. You got a point there. I'll give you a point.
Listen,
I'll give you a point on the dentist.
Yo, if I go to a dentist and he got summer teeth.
He got busted teeth. You said summer teeth?
Yeah, some are here, some are there. Some of them, most of them are on the floor. Yo, I'm telling you right now, it's just like, take the copay, have a nice day.
Be like, no, I gotta go. This ain't gonna work out.
You can't talk. There's no way you're gonna convince me that you're a good dentist.
Then he puts the mask on and he makes your mouth look like Colgate.
I don't care. As he takes it off, he looks like Gumby. No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God. That's good. All right, you get that one. I think we're split on that one, but that's good. Comments, please. Let us know your thoughts. All right.
So,
wait, how do you feel about this, Frankie? Before we even go on, because I'm just thinking about what you just said. How do you feel where there's people dumber than you that make more than you?
yeah.
And I know there's people you work with that you know they are definitely several brain cells short, but somehow they make more than you. You sitting there going, how?
Well, what had happened was, listen, it happens everywhere you go.
It does. That's the truth of
All
it.
right,
There's always someone dumber making more money than you.
Listen, it's really bad when you're like an entrepreneur
Mm-hmm.
and you're the dumbest one in the room.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should know your business.
Absolutely. You shouldn't have other people knowing your business more than you.
Nobody's gonna love your business more than you will. But you should know your business. But if you're the dumbest one in the room and you're the one that's leading them, this is a problem. Now, corporate America,
yeah. Oh man,
that's all politics.
It is. It's politics. Who you know, nepotism. There's a lot of that. Going on where people who don't have the credentials, the expertise, and they're above you. And
well, I will say this. I've experienced this many times where I see all these people they've got a higher education than I did. All right, but we see things different. I'm like, wow, they're not as smart as when it comes to certain things. But I'm sitting in the same room with them.
Yeah.
Right? And they're going around and we should do this and we should do that and we should do this and we should do that. And they're having all these meetings, but then they turn and go, what do you think, Frank?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think you're all wrong.
Yeah.
I think this is the way it should be done. And I give a different perspective. I'm no longer the dumbest.
The dumb guy.
I'm the smartest one in the room.
You smartest one there.
I don't have that piece of paper the way you have.
I know.
But
yeah.
Because if we're leaving there and we're going based off of what I said.
That's the thing. It's book smart is common sense smart.
I got my common sense.
We certified. Yep. Oh, man.
These kids today are getting it on a YouTube University. We learned it the hard way.
I'm telling you. Through the street. I got one more topic, but and then we can go to food for thought. Or unless you got you want to cook?
Yeah, no.
Because I think the topic I have is going to tie into my food for thought, so I'm wondering if I should save it.
I got a great food for thought.
All right, come on, you go first.
You want to hear?
No, your topic.
No, my food for thought.
Oh, you want me? All right.
No, go your topic, then we'll go to food for thought. You don't like mine.
All right, here we go. So I saw this cool psychiatrist. He was on, I think, Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was talking about something called extrinsic. Was it extrinsic? I wrote it down because I'm not that smart. Extrinsic versus intrinsic, and what he was saying is, I hope I don't mess this up. Intrinsic is someone who loves to play the piano. They do it effortlessly. They love learning about it. It's something they love to do. It's not work to them. That's intrinsic.
Right.
Extrinsic is when that same person, they took up piano not because they love it, but because they took it up because they wanted to just produce music, just use the talent to get the money. Okay. Extrinsic is like something like you go to the store or you buy some piece of garment or you buy you buy a nice car, you just buy stuff. So anytime you get that like sort of short time happiness where you feel like, oh man, I just got this, that's extrinsic.
Okay.
Intrinsic is like when you do something within that's creative and you're using other parts of your mind to explore these things and so forth. And the psychiatrist was basically saying far too often, most of us in society, especially because of social media and everything, we put more time into extrinsic value than intrinsic. So we're not doing the things that we love more because we're too focused on what we don't have and doing what we need to do to survive or what can make us a quick buck or what could give us happiness for now.
Right.
So he was basically saying, ask yourself, when was the last time you bought something that you really loved?
Oh. So I have this new phone?
Yes. This TV that you call a phone? This iPad mini?
I have this new Samsung Fold.
Yes.
Which I have.
Samsung, cut a check for him.
Okay. Cut a check. Did I tell you about what happened with Apple?
No.
You know, switching?
Yes.
Switching the text messaging to RCS?
Oh, God. He's going to sidetrack us right now.
Okay, just so you know that they
Just so
had
you
to
know,
fold.
just
They
so
had
you
to
know
fold.
that no Apple user was concerned about this. This is just for Android.
No, it is